Hi there guys, in this video I just want to give you a bit of a status update of what's happening and the things that will happen in the future. So like I said, you may have seen I posted a video on the modified Sidewinder. Now this used quite a lot of materials to get the ship modified to the level it was, and equally in the end it turned out it was a lot better than it was, but it still struggled against a lot of the other ships. Obviously you can modify those and they improve exponentially, and obviously with something like the Sidewinder you're not starting with something that great. So after posting that video I did get some feedback, and a few people said I should be checking out possibly the Cobra Mark III or the Viper. Now what I'm hoping is that when I modify some of these systems I can actually put them into the other ships and try them. So the next ship I'm actually working on is the Cobra Mark III. However, I'm going to need quite a bit of material, so this is going to take me a little bit of time. So expect around about a week before I can actually get that video out. And like I said, hopefully after the modifications have been done I can just move them about and actually create another video on a different ship. So I'll be interested to hear from you guys which ships I should start modifying and see what I can get the best out of. And like I said, the next one will be the Cobra Mark III. The reason for that is that ship is a very classic ship to the whole series, and I'm very interested to actually see how it performs. At the moment I've done a few modifications to it. There's still quite a lot I need to be done on it, and this is why at the moment I'm on the planet trying to collect materials. So like I said, some of these materials are pretty awkward to collect, as you probably know. So this kind of brings me on to the second point, which is the future of Elite. Now a few people have been kind of worried about it and wondering where it's going to be heading, especially with Frontier being so quiet about 2.4. Just recently they've posted a bit of news saying that they're going to be doing a release date of what they're going to be doing, and they're going to actually change a little bit of how 2.4 works. Instead of releasing big incremental patches, they're going to be releasing small bits all the time. So whether this is a shift away from the seasons, I'm not too sure, but I can't see them not. They also went on to say that they are going to shift their focus away from new stuff necessarily and more back onto the core elements of the game and improve things like that. Some of the core elements of the games have had very little stuff added to them. Take for example exploration, that hasn't really changed over the course of the whole game. I do believe that things like that do need attention to. Things like smuggling also haven't seen much changes. I don't think anything needs to change with trading. I think trading itself is pretty okay. Otherwise, if you start making it too complicated, it's going to make it seriously go wrong. I'm kind of happy with that for the time being, but yeah, definitely think some cool elements of the game need to be improved or added more depth to. Very happy. And finally, on to the last thing is the Horizon system. Now you may have seen I've built a new system not long ago, and it turned out to be more powerful on my main computer. I never envisaged that to happen. I was just expected to build a second computer as a sort of backup and being in a different room so I could actually go between different places. I do know I still got to sort out the graphics card in that system. An N210 is pretty poor by modern standards, and it's not ideal moving cards about from my main system. But like I said, hopefully I can get that sorted soon. But if it worked out, if I saved money in certain areas, I could put it into others. And I thought things like motherboard and CPU are important investments because you're unlikely to change them. Whereas other things like solid states and memories, you could potentially change them or add to them. So like I said, it's just the way it worked out. But if you're interested for me to do some sort of comparisons against that, against my main system, let me know below. I do know the power supply was overkill in that system, and the reason for that is that I stuck in a 760 watt in my main system, and it turned out it wasn't big enough to run two 980 Ti's and SLI, so I ended up having to buy another power supply. That power supply has now gone to another family member, so I can't get it back, but essentially I wanted a big enough power supply to not actually worry about that issue, and I do have that power supply in my main computer and I have no issues with it. I do like the eco mode, which is something that is missing in some of the other power supplies. So anyway, I think the next video will be around about a week's time, and it should be on the modified Cobra Mark III, and like I said, I'll try and look into it in a bit more detail and sort of give you proper feedback on it. But anyway, If you have any comments or suggestions on this video or future videos, please leave your comments below. They're always greatly welcome. Another thing that helps me is to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. A big thanks to everybody who has done that. I think that's it for the time being, guys. Take care and have fun out there.